Hey everybody, it's yet another weekend. Those weeks just seem to fly by, which that's a good thing for us gamers, right? Still playing Welcome to Slaughterville. Still enjoying it. The game that I was playing against the Cannibal Rednecks, I lost. I was beaten, or should I say eaten? I don't know. But anyway, I did a lot of, still did a lot of wrong things. I was not getting my players clues every time they beat an enemy, and just ignoring some things that could have helped me to win. So I decided this time I was going to go with all new locations and a new villain. The villain is Walker's Carnival. If you ever saw or read Something Wicked This Way Comes, it's an evil carnival. It's kind of cool because on the villain's turn, they roll or you roll. Let's see what it said. Anyway, you get this kind of a prize wheel of, it's not focusing, prize wheel of responses here. Each player, if you get a 2, each player, takes some damage or whatever. Undoubtedly, it's not going to be anything good for the players, but it's kind of fun. It goes all the way up to 12. You roll 2 dice and add them together, and you get. It kind of reminds me of the chart on the in A Touch of Evil, which really is not fun. But I think it's a fun mechanic for this carnival thing. There is enough locations in this game to have 2 full games of completely different locations, which I've done. This is the swamp, the forest, the general store, the cabins, and the church, and the residential neighborhood. And each of them have their own deck, like I said before. They also, each location has an ability. The swamp, well, I'm not going to go through them all. I think it's interesting that the church, the villain has a -1 attack power on the church, power of God there. The cabins, however, are so evil that if the villain starts his turn there, he gets to shuffle one of his cards back into their deck. This is the lifeline of the villain. These get turned over one by one, and when they're all gone, the villain loses if the players are still alive. And you get to put they get to put one of those back if they're start their turn on the cabins. So they're scary and creepy. The people, I've decided, the players, by the way, I didn't mention last time, there is a huge, huge stack of different people to play, characters to play. So that's kind of fun. And the ones I've chosen this time are Herbert West. He looks like kind of a mad scientist kind of a guy. I'm really having trouble with this thing not wanting to focus. Anyway, he has a mechanic whereby sometimes his allies can turn out to be enemies, and they turn into a monster, and he has to fight them. That should be exciting. Then I've got this guy who is just obviously Bobby from the Supernatural series. He says, "You idiots, once per turn give up 2 clues to another player. Balls." Bobby always says that. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not only playing him, because he has to keep giving away his clues to the other 2 people. And I chose these randomly, so I wouldn't have probably chosen this guy, the stoner. He has a secret ingredient. He heals 1d4 damage, so I think he's got his own medications, if you know what I mean. And he says, "Dude, wait, where am I again?" He could be a problem, or he could be a help. I don't know. He does have 8 health, which is more than the other 2, so I don't know. Could be interesting with him. I think we all know people like him. And so I'm getting ready to start this new game. and just thought I'd let you know my opinion of the game has not changed. I really like it. In fact, I like it even more than I did before. Really looking forward to the second version, Welcome to Slaughterville 2, which will be all new content. And then I found out right now this game, which I bought used, is not available, the base game. But they're coming out with what they call a director's cut, which will be this game with, I think, some improvements. So you will still be able to get both, the new one and this one. Only this one would be called director's cut. And that is going to be on the Laughing Rogue, ROGUE website. But I think they're looking at probably March before those will be available on their site. So that's not too long. Anyway, I really like it, and I just thought, any of you horror fans, this is really, really a fun one. And simple to set up, quick, easy to use. Only downside is that terrible, terrible tiny type. I have to read everything for this game through a magnifying glass. And they're aware of that problem. I don't know if they fixed it on the second expansion, standalone expansion, the Slaughterville 2 or not. I hope so. But it's nice to have so much of the information on the cards and the boards, but man, that print is killer, and the whole rule book is that way too. Really tiny. I had to read the whole thing through a magnifying glass. So I hope that gets fixed. But anyway, that's what I'm doing this weekend again. I've got so many new games stacked up, but I just really have been enjoying this one and wanted to give it another shot. Try to get a few of the little minor things I was doing wrong corrected. If you want to know what some of the things are like here's at the church, writing on the walls. You walk into the once ornate and beautifully decorated lobby of the church, only to find that it is now covered in strange symbols. Can you decipher their meaning? So you make a perception check, and if you succeed, you find a clue. So there's that. And here, let's see what's going on at these evil cabins. Cookout. You decide to get some sleep. Roll 1d6. So if you get 1 through 3, you see your friend floating around the campfire. Make an agility check. If you succeed, attach an ally from the discard pile, so on and so forth. Or if you get a 4 through a 6, you're suspended above the fire in your sleeping bag and slowly cooking. Make a combat check. If you succeed, discard cookout. If you fail, take 1d3 damage and make the combat check again. So that's the kind of stuff, and you meet allies and you get items too. Unfortunately, it seems like you never get enough items, but that's kind of what these cards are like, and it just goes on like that. And again, each of the guys have their own ability, so it's a really fun game, and just thought you might be interested. So I will check you out later. Hopefully you're playing lots of games, and share those with us too. We're all interested. Talk to you later.